Oh yes, guys, oh yes. Hope everyone is doing well, having a great day so far. Today is a tradable day because of the government shutdown. If I sound a little bit retarded today, is because I've got an ulcer in my mouth, on my tongue, and inside of my, well, under my lip. So, yeah, that's what we are. That's what I'm dealing with today. What we're dealing with today on price action, okay? So we have a bullish SMT on ES. We're going to get down to our bias right now. We've swept London lows, so we're going to see if a bias pairs with that. Okay, so the daily as of now is bullish. The 4-hour time frame, that got inversed. Not traded into unfilled 4-hour. ES trades into the unfilled 4-hour. Bullish SMT on NQ as far as the unfilled 4-hour bullish gap. So it's bullish on the 4-hour for ES, so it's bullish on the 4-hour. We get bias from unfilled SMTs. The 1-hour time frame currently assuming that to be bullish, so that's bullish, bullish, bullish. We can get that down, okay. It vanished and it's back. Bullish, 4-hour bullish, 1-hour bullish, 15-minute. Alright, cool. So this is looking clean for a sweep of London lows, and the 15-minute is bullish. Assuming both these bullish gap, this one and this one, 80% bullish bias, sweep a sell side. We are already on step 3 for a shift in market structure at start of macro. So we've worked through the first 2 major steps, and the 5-minute is still to be assumed that this one is 100% bullish bias for this standpoint, okay. Alright, cool. So I'm going to delete London. We swept Asia. Bullish SMT on ES. Asia on ES got taken. SMT is about to get taken out. We don't care about the SMT anyway. Bearish order block. ES. Inverse shift. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Simple stuff. Looking for a shift in market structure above this high. Cool. Let's put that to 28. Alright, so easy stuff, guys. It's what we do every single day. Just marking out the levels. Nothing to think about, nothing to stress about, nothing to worry about. Same process every day, thousands and thousands of times. Yeah, we have a strong bullish bias. I would like to see price factor in a bearish order block around this area and have a lower shift in market structure. As if price shifts above this high, it's going to be very close to the New York Open high to invalidating the trade. Milo G, you in Dubai? Not yet. I'm getting to Dubai tomorrow. I got a flight after the macro, okay? Because in my time zone, I trade opposite of New York. 9:30 open for me is 9:30 p.m. So my flight is at 3 a.m. I don't care about the time. I care to see if it fits my schedule. So I will finish at worst case to trade the last macro if we haven't taken something in the first two, and I will be walking out of the door on the third macro into a taxi. Milo, do you cop business or not bothered? Well, what does that mean? Cop business. Business. It's around I don't know how long the flight is. It's not too bad. The difference between first and business is not much of a difference at all, and it doesn't make sense. If you go to getting to the point of being in first, you might as well pay slightly more for a jet. If you're flying with 5-6 people, of course, but I'm very happy to fly in business. Cool, so let's see if we fit a bearish order block in here on NQ or ES. Let's see. How many contracts can I open with a 5,000 euro account that I was given? Is it alive or is it prop firm? Wait, you guys can hear me, right? Prop firm. Well, a 5k prop firm account, well, it's not much, but there you go. Guys, I just turned the Discord notification sound off so you guys are not getting spammed by that in your ear. 5k, I mean, just start with a 50k eval. As far as a 5k, I'm not too sure on the risk management with that. Follow the 50k eval process and work along with that, but you wouldn't be risking a lot. Potentially $100 per trade, 100 euros per trade. $701 with a 5-minute bearish gap. 15, still bullish, no draw to be met. 686. Okay, bullish gap, not inverse the order block yet. Same with ES, no shift in market structure on ES. Starting to shift on NQ there, just waiting for a shift on ES. It's a gap on both. Just inversed, not quite, still respecting the bearish order block. Slight shift in market structure on NQ, no shift on ES. Bearish order block still being respected. Still, even with a failed shift on ES, the likely draw is the equal London lows. That's what happens when you get a failed shift. That's the probability. Okay, so we've factored a bearish order block in for ES and NQ at this point. Right there. NQ just traded back up into that, which you can see. So it tapped it by a couple ticks. That's the bearish order block. Boom. Trades to London lows. Failed shift on ES, trades back towards equal London lows. Shift would be above this high with a bearish order block. Bullish SMT NQ. That's likely going to fail. NQ will seek the low. So when I guide you guys through the session on what we're currently seeing, it's not positions that we're taking, but it's just language. Okay, so it's just understanding where price on probable scenarios and where it's likely to draw. You guys have seen it many times now. A failed shift likely leads to a retake of liquidity, which we've seen there, especially with the equal London lows. A failed shift on ES definitely likely draw towards the low, hence why you wouldn't take a long on NQ, because the assets are correlated. So this is why we look for the model to form bullish or bearish on both assets in order to take a position. I thought today was a no trade day. So today is government shutdown, the same as tomorrow, which was our NFP. So this is not an NFP avoidable Thursday. This is a Thursday with no NFP tomorrow. So we are monitoring price today. Hopefully that makes sense. Because right now we're sat with a super sell side and a bullish bias. We're only looking for step 3, which is a shift in market structure, which just occurred on NQ, but not on ES. And we didn't inverse the bearish order block. So this bearish order block got respected with the body candle closure, traded lower. This candle put in a engulfing of the up close, bearish order block trades into it. And then you guys seen that volatility out of that bearish order block there. Simple stuff, guys. Very obvious. Do you think some ICT traders took a long there? Do you think they did? My bad, I just had to mute the mic a second. So we're just putting a bearish order block. Interesting. Yeah, I had food arrive, which is obviously downstairs. She was asking me where it's at. I'm the only one who can use the lift. So it's going to have to be a patience and discipline to wait for that food. Italian? No, it's actually Jamaican food today. Bearish order block. ES has not put in a short-term high there, so it can't shift. NQ has. What does the red and white flag mean? What country is that? Oh. I know why someone might have put that flag. Yeah. I've had people inside of this Discord backtesting all different kinds of months, you know, and you guys are seeing it for yourself and installing that kind of that backup sense to know that your patience always throughout the year to year after year, always pays off. In your pocket, cash. That's all we care about. So feel free to backtest whatever you like. You know, I was just speaking to my brother Jex. Backtested January and closed up around 4-5R. It was a slow month. Still closed out in a nice profit. We did August. We did half of August, didn't we, in the backtesting the other day, and we closed up, can't remember, about 5R. But we stopped on the Monday, which that week was another 2 winning trades. So yeah. Why 953 is not a short-term high? Okay, 953 is not a short-term high because it's not a short-term high, and a short-term high consists. I know it's a very silly answer to your question. A short-term high consists of 3 candles, and the 2 candles beside it, 1, 2. 2 must always make the high, or 2 must always make the low, and candles beside it must sit below. For a high, candle 3 trades below, candle 1 trades flush, so it's not a high. Candle 1, 3, 2 makes the high, swing high. 1, 3, 2, high. Okay, bearish order block. If we shift here, I'm very much interested in this, very much. So that'll be a shift on both assets above this high. We can now move our bearish order block here on NQ to be inversed. ES to here. So either one of these, which would likely scenario be NQ to inverse. But right now we are much in a bearish set of price. Trades up into the bearish order block. It's all getting respected right now, okay? You up for crack O someday? Well, what is crack O? What is that? Is that food? Or... Krakow, Polish city boss. Right. Oh, oh, Krakow. Oh, that's Krakow. I think that's it. Yeah. My friend's from Poland, so he spent a lot. Obviously, he was born there, you know. So yeah, that's where Ben's from. Ben is from Poland. Keswick is Polish, 100% Polish. I learnt a little bit of Polish with my time being with Ben, you know. I had to communicate with his family in the early days when they didn't speak any English. I had to convert Keswick from a Polish accent to an English accent. He doesn't have, you know, a natural English accent, which you may think he does. It was funny in the early days, you know. No, he sounds like English, like proper, yeah, but it's like, he really wasn't. Oh, what, Max Keswick? Yeah, yeah. He gets with women. Yeah, makes the videos across the world. You know, everyone inside of this Discord probably might have seen that same video as well. I mean, it got around 200 or 300 million views on one reel, so you likely would have seen it on your page. It's quite a lot of people. Alright, so we're going to redo our bias here. 5-minute previous candle close. Trades bullish. 5's bullish. Lovely sell-off right now, isn't it? Bitcoin down 2%. previous 15 bullish. Okay. 1 hour candle close bullish. 4 hour candle close. About to take the low, previous day low. Either asset neutralize. 4 hour bearish. So bullish, bullish, bullish. 4 hours bearish until we take previous day low on either asset neutralize. 4 hour, and daily's going to remain the same, not close, daily same. Alright. Yeah, I know how to say test. That means like what? Hello in Polish, right? Test. Dobre. Spiedale. That's pretty much all I know, to be honest. I don't really know much. Dobre, right? I don't even know. That's my capabilities there. Don't go no further than that. Well, to be honest, in the early days, I thought Ben's mum was called Tesh, so I called Ben's mum Tesh for quite a long time. I thought that was her name, until I realised it was a word in Polish. So that was pretty funny. I still call her Tesh to this day. Tesh, what does it mean? I think it just means hello, or what's up. Pretty sure. Alright, tap previous day low. I'm not really too focused on the 4 hour, to be honest, because it's an 80% bullish bias, so the 4 hour is not gonna make a difference at all. We're just currently looking for a shift higher in market structure. That's all. That's all it is. We have no substantial highs anyway. The only substantial highs would be this one and this one. So anything to shift higher around this point or to create a short-term high, it's all going to be things that we are looking to see. Obviously that's a bearish order block. Yes. So if we're going to trade to previous day low, that's what we would trade out of. It's already in quite a bit of a discount. Bullish bias. Simple stuff. Do I mean CZES? Yeah, but they, from the way that I hear it, they pronounce it like test or chest. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Yeah, I think that must be it. Yeah. Yeah. So what the likely scenario is that we see here is, obviously our bias is bullish, so the price is likely to continue higher. But the equal previous day low on ES, I can see a bearish order block being put in place to take previous day low. Once liquidity swept, that'll be a lovely opportunity to look for longs. So if we put in a bearish order block here to draw towards previous day low, take the low, shift, look for longs. That's the likely scenario of what I can see. So NQ's trading out of a bullish order block. And it's putting in a bearish order block. Yeah, so that's a bearish order block there. So that's the one that we'd look to be inversed. So essentially, with this candle closing and not taking the previous candle high, it would put a short-term high, which then a shift and a gap. That's where we can see the model. Okay, so that's perfect. We've put in the short-term high on both assets. A shift above this high now to inverse this bearish order block, trading out of the bullish order block, is what we'd like to see. Both assets. Remove that. We'll leave London. That's the last liquidity. Leave Asia. Remove this. Invalidate. Like that. So you see we have a nice section of room for price to shift. This is our invalidation area. If we shift enough without an entry to then take this high, which is a 120 point shift, would be too much. So we're shifting on ES. We're starting to shift on NQ. Five's bearish. Still bullish, bullish, bullish. Yeah. Alright, so that's a shift on both assets. So now we're looking for a gap to be put in place here. If we get the gap, then I'm looking for an entry for longs, and I'll be taking a long. So considering the gap forms around this area here, the entry would be here and the stop placement would be at swing low, so it'd be a 55-point stop. So on your checklist from a 25-point standpoint, a 20 point, you would look at the position size. So whatever 20 points is, that position size, you would just half it. That would be your risk management on a 50, 2 to 1 for the high. Yeah, so we will be taking this. This bullish gap's being set in place, 53. 14 contracts. Yeah, dropping down. Entry. Yes, NQ. Yeah, that's our entry long. It's a 47 handle stop. Sell stop. And then 2.4 towards the high. And then we run a sell limit. So we're looking at 8625. So we're going to run 583. And then we've got the same high marked on ES as well. So this is our position for the first trade of the month. So the only thing that we look at as of now is how we can manage the position, which is if the trade was to trade in favor, then we're going to trail our stops accordingly. So price, with our stop being at the low, so at the protected low, it's still trading inside of this bullish order block. Where's the stop? My stop is at 25,425.00. This trade is a B plus long from the 5-minute trading as bearish. So vice versa, you still take it with the same position size. And the point that we look to trail our stops would be for price, if the trade in favor, would be this high. So this is where we would look to trail to previous low. So essentially on your 50k account with a 20 handle stop, that position, you just half the position size, it will give you the same. So this trade would result in minus 1R. So I'll cancel my sell limit, which puts this current macro to be no more positions, but we're at the end of the macro anyway. So it means that we got 2 more macros to monitor and look for another position. That was a perfect execution. That was great. Lovely stuff. Alright, so we're going to be waiting for the second day of macro, which is at 10:45, 11:15. So let's wait towards this next macro. When you're working through the position as well, it's good to actually mark the risk to reward on yourself so you can see the stop placement. because at the same time I'm managing my entries as well, and as far as my position size. So yeah, that would be based off the 20 point stop, because your entry at time was 47 points. So on your funded you would have risked around 340, 350 on that position. Jams, I just need the time. What do you mean the time? What do you mean there was no swing high? There's a very obvious swing high on NQ and also on ES. There is no mistakes, brother. No mistakes. That was textbook. That was a B plus long, 5 minute bearish, B plus long. Yeah, if you have two candles close flush together and they create a high, that is a short-term high. Not always the middle. Yeah, so they closed flush. That's a short-term high. Two candles close at the same area. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, I'll speak to you guys at 10:35 for the second day of macro. I'll keep my mic muted until 10:35. I'll speak to you guys in a sec. Alright, yes guys, how's everyone doing? So we are preparing for the second day of macro, and we're going to get down to working on our bias and see a sweep of previous day low is what we'd look for. Equal previous day lows on both assets. That's going to be a high probability low. Alright. Let me take a look at the chat. Nice. Give me my money back. Okay. What do you mean by that? You want to make it back? Or I don't understand. You're not in profit from last month, or you know, what happened? I understand. Last month was 7R, so you should still remain with a 6R profit. Did you start trading today or something? Oh dear. Okay. He definitely missed that trade for 7R. I mean, it wasn't just a trade you'd miss. You'd miss the whole month, okay? Consisted of about around 5 trades. Right, let me read this chat. Right, we have Nuam Shaked. He said, yesterday Milo didn't take the trade because they entered. Okay. I think we should. Someone wait. Where's the text to someone say, in my opinion, it's invalid? Okay, brother. Where is this message? No. Let me tell you guys something, okay? When you're, I'm not being cocky or arrogant, okay? I just know. I know this model. I know my business. Thank you. And no one can tell me about my business. So, the trade that we took today is valid 100%. And let me tell you something about human psychology and humans. Is when you occur a winning trade, 95% of traders across the board will not relook at their winning trades. I look at both when I backtest my end of week. I look at my winning trades and my losing trades. No, they're not dickheads. They're not. No one's in a category of a dickhead, you know. No one is bad people, you know. They just always have an opinion, which is very good. So when someone's got an opinion, I need to address the reasoning on why they would even be thinking that way. Okay, so when you occur a loss, which is not in favor of you, of what you're looking for over a longer period of time, is something that you're gonna want to is the word scrutinize, that word, right? So you're gonna scrutinize your losses more than your wins. Okay, regardless whether that trade was a winning trade or a losing trade, it was valid. Okay, so we don't need to go back on it. I would tell you guys straight away. Okay, since we've started this group 3.5 weeks ago, we've not had a losing trade. A valid losing trade has not occurred. Okay, so you guys are in a profit. Oh dear. I love it. I do love it indeed. Yeah, so let me just address this to you guys. You do understand that through the trading year is that we do experience 2 or 3 or 4 losses in a row. Are you prepared for that? Some people may not have mental capability. That's how the business runs. And let me tell you this as well. We do also see points in time where we have 12 or 13 winning trades in a row through the year. Are you prepared for that as well? Or are you going to start full porting because we've won 7 trades in a row and think we are invincible? Okay, trade result really, ultimately, and absolutely does not matter at all. It's validity of the trade according to the model. Alright, so, you know, with the beginners to the side, let's get onto our bias. So, bullish, it would likely scenario still remain bullish. Okay, so we have a bullish bias. 15's working out of being bullish as well. And it would be, regardless on the 5, we have a bullish bias. So same goes for this second AM macro. We are looking for a shift in market structure. We've already seen a sweep of sell side. Okay, we have a bullish bias. We are looking for the same process as previous, a shift in market structure on both assets. So we're already on step 3. Simple stuff. Okay, 15 minute. Does the trade get invalidated if we sweep a 5-minute high or low before getting an entry? Yes, in 98% of scenarios, yes, that is true. Alright, so points of buy side is already marked out. Minor buy side, that's it. Yeah, and don't ever think, guys, that the way that I speak sometimes it may come across as arrogant or cocky. It's because I am. When it comes to this model, I am the cockiest because I've executed this model thousands of times. When it comes to other parts of business, I don't speak in this manner. If it comes to real estate, I know as much as I know, and there's many people that know more. Crypto, I speak on the same fashion. I know crypto like the back of my hand. So, when you know your business, that's how you talk. Because you know. I'm not cocky, it's just me illustrating on what's right. Okay? So, I might talk in this fashion sometimes if someone was to say if something was invalid, which it was valid. So, or I also find it funny when I see newer traders in the space get touched by a losing trade. It's like, when did I ever get excited about a winning day? Or a week? You never base a businessman from a day, do you? Or a fighter? Anyone in sport? You wouldn't have a boxer and say he's world champion after his first fight, would you? You base it from his yearly performance. Monthly performance. Right? Same goes for life. We don't have to explain this. I'm really boring people at the moment. So right now, we have put a bearish order block in for price. We have traded inside of the macro now. We have a short-term high on both NQ and ES. A shift in market structure here is what I will be taking. Okay, if we have a shift on both assets, we have a bullish bias already, as you guys know. A sweep of equal previous day low. A bearish order block that we are looking to get inversed, which would be right here. Currently acting as a bearish confluence for price to draw lower. We've just put a bullish order block, as you can see. So we're trading out of both. And we look for the bullish order block to be respected, and then inverse the bearish order block and shift market structure. Yeah, I always advise, the people that are newer in the space, I wouldn't even put a message in the chat. For questions, always put questions in the chat. But as far as emotional comments, really backtest first. And you will see. That's it. That's all I'll say. If you haven't already backtested 2025... and you are new, there's something underlyingly wrong with your work ethic. I used to work 12-hour shifts and I still backtest the whole year over 5 times in a row. So that's something that you must have already done. It's essential. You must backtest the whole year. It does take time, trust me. Backtesting one whole year will take you, disciplined, 12-hour shifts every day, a whole week. 2-week period. It should take you around a week and a half to backtest the whole year of price action. It is not an easy task, and do not rush it. Take it by time. If you're going to rush through it, don't even bother. Okay? You got to work through it at a slow fashion and see the result and simulate that using 5 top steps, 5 take profit, 5 mind funded futures, 3 alpha futures. Okay? 18 accounts on a normal plan. not even with scaling, okay? So let's just say it's on basic. You're making 10.8k per trade. Simulate that across month to month and see what you'd be at the end of the year, and see if that's a number that you'd be happy with. If not, then you need to find another space. Not trading space, you need to find another business that pays you more. You're going to struggle. You really are. And that's without scaling. That income doubles upon the scaling as well. So let's 5R 22. So yeah, 10. Let me do the quick maths on this, one sec. So we're looking for a shift higher in market structure as of now. Yeah, so without scaling, your average income per month with take profit, top step, my funded, and alpha without scaling is 27,000 a month. That's your average. If you scale, so let's do that per year. Okay, that's 324,000 a year. So 27,000 a month. If you scale, you're making 54,000 a month. If you add FTMO, your now new average is going to be 65 to 70,000 a month. And if you add a live account, and you can start working with a couple other prop firms as well, then you'd be up to 150. Many of your months are going to surpass 150, 200. That's the outlier months. Would the 1045 candle be the new swing high? Yes, it would be, yeah. I'm just lazy. I'm not going to move it until we shift. Otherwise, you're going to be dragging this down all day. You know, minimal energy wasted. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe one or two people acted in a fashion like, you know, with we had a losing October, you know, but it's our first loss in a month and a quarter. What percentage of your live account? Well, what is your live account balance? And I'll tell you how much you can risk. Because if you go to risk 1% of a 5k account, you know, you're not going to be making nothing. So what's your, on a 5 to 10k question mark? Well, let's get him to answer. I'm waiting for Stephen Gerrard to, thinking about 10k. Okay, with 10k, you can comfortably risk $500 per trade and apply 85% rule. With your live account, the rule applies differently than 75%. So 10k account, if you drop below 8.5k, which consists of 3 losses. So essentially, you work your risk management off the basis of you've taken 2 losses, you're dropping essentially to half size. And your risk management applies to that until you get back above a certain balance, which for you, brother, would be 9,000. So yeah, you'd work with risking $500 per trade. You'd build your risk management sheet to equal $500 from a 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10 handle stop, contract sizes, get that down on some paper, start that account, and that account will slowly grow. Move your payouts, 70% of payouts, move it into that 10k account. That will soon be 150, 200, $250,000, and you'll build it up. 2026, that account will be $250,000 plus. That is what you will be doing, brother. Yeah, absolutely no problem, Stephen Gerrard. Can I call you Gerrard? Because I see you have it as Gad Nerd, but I don't want to call you a nerd, so I thought I'll call you Stephen Gerrard instead. Yeah, I didn't want to be rude, you know. That's Gerard right there. Little bullish SMT on ES. This likely won't hold anyway. I look forward to the comments today. Let's see. On the Instagram. I love posting a loss. I've been waiting for the day. I've been waiting about a month now to post a losing trade. Let's see what they got to say today. I'm up for a debate. Oh, bro, you shouldn't have taken this. How much you done this year? Oh no, my P&L for the year has gone from 1.35 to 1.3. Oh no. Well, actually 1.32. That trade occurred me around a 25k loss. Looking for price sweeps and okay. Kevin has just pulled into the chat. He missed the first day of macro. Yeah, so there was a slight update. I mean, if you see a notification from Discord that I'm live, it means that we're doing business. So if it is at the New York Open time, then it's definitely a time that we are monitoring price. Still respecting this bearish PD right here. Yeah, we took a position today, Kevin, which was a valid position. Very nice trade. Yeah, I think that was an ASMR on the mic there. Do you not know that the mic's on, babes? She don't even speak English. Bloody sod. I'm bringing back the word of the sod. I think in the UK no one really uses the word sod. I quite like it. Alright, so bearish order block getting put in place. We're still respecting the previous bearish order block, so subtitles, yeah, I mean subtitles, isn't it? Little accumulation on ES, manipulates below the low. CWL, probably don't know what it means. That's current weekly low. So that's the current weekly low of what price put in around Tuesday. We monitor most recent bearish order block to get inverse. No, so we look for the shift, but we also keep an eye on order blocks that have been put in place. Because as price is shifting, I'm already understanding that we have an order block here. So I'm paying attention to this, right? So I know if we shift above this high, I don't have to go back on the thought to say, where's the bearish order block at? Because if we already marked this or know about this for price, when price is shifting, it's just one thought that I don't have to think about. So when the gap forms, I'm just looking to see if the gap forms around this area, and I know that they overlap and they form. So if price shifts either way and a gap forms on NQES, we have some sort of bearish order block, as we have a couple. So the rules that we follow is, obviously, those of you that are newer, 1 winning trade, that would be it. 2 losing trades, same goes, that would be it. 1 losing trade inside of a macro, that macro is done, and we wait for the next macro. So right now we took a position in the first AM macro, which resulted in a loss. So we have one more losing trade, or winning trade, essentially the one more ticket option for a position. And we have 2 more macros, 1.5 macros. How many double lost days would you say you've had in 2025? I'm not really too sure. It's not something I know off the top of my head. Potentially 1. Well, yeah, 1 day so far this year. Yeah, I would say so. I don't think I've had any. I've had a losing streak this year. I had a losing streak of around 4 or 5 losing trades this year. There was a time when I was in Miami this year. I'd have to look at my trade seller to see which month that was. Around 4 or 5 losing trades in a row. I still got paid out that month. Apart from January this year, January and February of this year, I've not had a month where I haven't been paid out. Every month after January, February this year, I've been paid out every single month. 100k plus. I was meant to take the payout for October, which is still due. I still haven't taken it. So I haven't had the time, I haven't got around to doing it. Likely submit it in the morning. No, I don't take daily payouts. I take around 1 payout per month. On average. Trades into the bearish order block. Currently a bearish confluence. Yeah, Moonab, you need to relook at your bias because on the 5 and 15 they took the low to their left, so it's already been neutralized. Still bullish bias. The 15 upon a shift is going to turn bearish, which would neutralize the bias, so shifting higher neutralizes it. Have you ever received this message from request payout from TopStep? Why is email not set? Please verify banking and try again. Have you put... No, that's odd. I've not actually had that before. Have you not put your... Obviously you have. And you've put your Wise email in, of course. Just contact support. Just hop on the live chat with TopStep. They get back to you in 24, 48 hours. Should be quick. Yeah, sort that now whilst it's New York at 11 a.m. They should be pretty fast on that. So if you hop on the live chat with Top Step. So that's a neutral bias there. Yeah, so there's no position to look for here. The bias is neutral, so there is no indication on where price is likely to draw as of now. Yeah, Samuka, you taking a payout right now? Did you submit one? And they're asking for more information. Yeah, because all you needed was one more winning day. I believe you would have managed to get a small $200 win for a winning day. Yeah, so that's why this trade's not valid. There's no gap on ES. Bias stands as neutral, so there's no position. 15-minute is neutral, no? Question mark. Okay, let's take a look. 15-minute is bearish because we're trading out of the 15-minute bearish gap. Yesterday and after midnight I contacted them, but still waiting for them to get back to me. Yeah, that's a odd occurrence. If they still have issues with Wise, obviously you've already submitted the payout, right? So you could try just doing an ACH, just a normal bank transfer instead of Wise, if you're still having issues with the Wise email. I mean, Wise really does slap with Top Step, you know, they next morning. I've never done bank transfer with Top Step. I've always used Wise. Now, Wise is fine. Just wait until they get back to you. All right. Well, if you go onto your payout section and go into the banking, double check that you've got the right setup with your email for Wise in there as well. But I know you've already done that, so it's like I'm not going to ask a silly question. Yeah, just a matter of contacting the support. How much in payout are you submitting there? Yeah, just, you know, drop the live support a quick text. Yeah, obviously that's five on each account, which is the max Top Step payout. That payout there is going to bring you to 21.6k per trade. So this would bring you to Trade Sinker. I'm gonna hop on the phone. We're gonna we'll discuss it. So take profit, my funded, alpha futures, top step. Obviously you have running all at the same time. Trade sinker. And start a small live as well. Nothing too crazy for the live, but we'll start a small live. Going into 2026, you'll be getting pretty close. You'll be ready to pretty much tick over funded. Jams, yeah, it's 5, yeah. Yeah, he's got 5. 5 top steps. I think in the early days, well, a few months ago, I think he started with, I think we got him started with 1 top step. Maybe he started with 5, can't really remember. Yeah, it was 1, wasn't it? Yeah. That 1 top step account got abused. It got absolutely abused. We ran out to 20k profit. I've got 4 expresses running right now, only from last week. Yeah, Jams, what's the balance on those? I'll tell you when you're getting paid. What's the balance? What's the drawdown as well? Remember your drawdown trails as well, so make sure you're not 1500. Look around for that as well. Alright, coming to the end of the second layer macro. No positions, okay? So there wouldn't be any positions to take in the second AM because we shifted on both assets, but bias was bullish and went neutral upon the shift with the 15. So no positions. Accumulating, likely if we do see manipulation of current weekly low for the third macro, then we can look for longs. Jams, $750. No, one sec. 100. No, Jams, that's not how it works. So you're up 750. It means you'd, okay, so your drawdown. Oh, no, Jams, that is how it works. My bad. I didn't realize it was a 100k account. So you've got a 3k drawdown because your drawdown trails end of day. Okay, so you're up 750. It would then trail $3,000 behind 750 profit. So it would technically be at a minus $2,250 is your drawdown. Alright, cool. So starting to see a shift in market structure, a gap on both the assets. We just need to see that confirmed shift on both NQ and DS. Okay, assuming we close above this short-term high, we're looking for an entry long. We inverse this order block already. Be looking for an entry long there. Stop placement at the swing low, 27 points. Okay. Don't want to take out that high. Alright, this is fine. We're looking for an entry. So entry will be at 25253. We just took out that high. So we shifted market structure above this high, and then this would be a point that we actually look to trail. Is it just a significant 1 minute high that invalidates it? Yes. So there's a difference between price shifting market structure above a given high and then shifting enough to take out other highs that we'd use to trail our stops. For example, this 1 minute high is in very close proximity to this one. This is not what I pay attention to, but with here we shifted. I wanted to see price come back for an entry, then it ended up taking this high. I already previously marked that out when price was shifting, and it shifted enough to take out that high. It's the same procedure every single time. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that was obviously an avoidable loss just from simple techniques. Simple techniques. So I'm still looking for a shift in market structure. I want to see price, after seeking liquidity again, after taking this high, seek liquidity. I'm now looking for it to shift above the previous short-term high. And the next point that it should not trade above would be this area for price. So a shift to occur above this high is perfectly fine, but to shift and then take this next high is not what we want to see. So there's a difference between a 1 minute high being in close proximity like this, if that makes sense. I'll relook at the bias in a minute. Give it a minute. So now we've obviously, this is really micro price action, but now we've seen a slight move lower. Price is likely to seek bearish PD raise if it wants to continue lower again, which would be the unfilled 1 minute and the bearish order block. 1154 would be an order block, right? Yep. So I've marked that one there, 1154. That's correct. But this here, this is not a bullish order block, okay? Because this candle didn't engulf the previous down close candle, so it's not a bullish order block, if that makes sense. Yeah, so the only bearish order block we have is this one. So price obviously is repriced back into bearish PD raise, and it's still in the likelihood to draw lower. So this current shift is with no inverse bearish order block. It's traded up into the bearish order block, which is for price to then draw lower and head back to make another low. Trump talking is making these candles act weird. Yeah, slightly more volatile, but there's nothing for us to take as of now. There wouldn't be any positions even if we shift above this high, because we've already shifted market structure, but it hasn't occurred with a inverse bearish order block. So the likelihood of today, Thursday, is negative 1R. Because it's a 5-minute swing high. So that's a 5-minute swing high. So simple bullish order block, inverse, trades back into a bearish order block. But right now there isn't anything for us. Can you please explain when do you invalidate a trade by liquidity taken? Yeah, so basically on the 5 minute time frame, 5 minute highs, price will occur to shift above a 1 minute high or low in a bullish or bearish scenario. What you've seen here is that we've put in a 5 minute high, so this high wouldn't be the shift because the shift on the 1 minute had already occurred. Okay, we shifted above this high. This gap's not paired with a inverse bearish order block. The bearish order block's here and it's currently being respected. Okay, same goes for this one, still being respected. So we're respecting bearish PD rays at the moment. So we haven't got an inverse bearish PD ray to pair with the bullish fair value gap. So if we go on the 5 minute, this is a 5 minute high as a point of minor buy side. So shifting above that high is a lower time frame sweep of liquidity, not a shift. So as of earlier, when we shifted higher, we shifted above, you can see these 1 minute highs here. So we shift above the 1 minute high, this one's okay, and this one would invalidate the position. Lovely work, brother. I believe that's because obviously you're waiting for a payout with Top Step, right? So that's why you didn't take any positions today. Did you manage to, Samuka, did you manage to contact the Top Step live support? I suppose you're just waiting for a reply on that now as well. Little pair of equal highs on ES. Here is the explanation from PJ Trade about the trade we took. I'm going to post it here if you're interested in looking. What do you mean PJ Trade? I don't understand. PJ Trade, what does that stand for? What is on? I don't understand. So we took out the 5 minute high, which you can see there, and the equal highs on ES. So there's going to be no positions for me. That's likely going to consume the lunch macro there. It's going to conclude the Thursday. So it's going to be a negative 1R on the current month of November. So far this week, currently negative 1R. And then we obviously have the 3 macros for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm not interested in this position. We took a 5 minute high. So it is one of those sessions where we had to become and identify which high should not be taken for the position, because it happened twice. Obviously price shifted and it took this high, we didn't want to take that. Price shifted and it took a 5 minute high. Now yes, we shifted above this high, but this is still the 5 minute high from previous that we didn't want to be taken. So this is not the type of price action that we want to be looking for positioning. Well, regardless on result of current price action on where it ends up trading towards, I'm not interested in engaging with price at this current point. So my next standpoint is to look at the first day of macro tomorrow. Tomorrow, red folder news. Are you trading? Yes, so if the red folder news actually does get released and it isn't because of government shutdown, then yes, I would look to take a position, and you know, if there is anything valid, we would look to engage with price. So yeah, tomorrow, as of now, I'll be monitoring price. I will see you guys there for the first day of macro. You know, if there is any questions, I am active on the Discord questions chat, so drop a message and I will try my best to answer best of my ability to your guys' questions, and also many other people as well who are very knowledgeable to answer your question. Apologies for the audio today. Obviously the audio, I've got a massive ulcer in my mouth, so I'm speaking slightly different today, but still getting the words out, you know. Hope you guys do have a great rest of your evening. Okay, I will speak to you guys tomorrow. The flight is after the session tomorrow, so not tonight. The flight is tomorrow night. Alright, I'll speak to you guys shortly. Take it easy.